Amid efforts to cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal, the Nigerian Postal Service has commissioned 100 motorcycles and 10 mail trucks to crash the logistics delivery price for Nigerians. Postmaster General of the Federation and CEO of the Nigerian Postal Service, Adeyemi Adegboju, said the equipment would help in reducing the impact of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians. Celestine Area reports.
The removal of fuel subsidy on premium motor spirit by President Bola Tinubu has come with its own challenges, with motorists now having to buy fuel at a higher price and commuters having to pay more. Over the past 8 years, Nigerians' overall revenue has been constrained by challenges including some years of low crude oil prices, high subsidy costs, the COVID-19 pandemic, and recently oil theft that has limited output. The federal government is now free of the 400 billion naira it would have sourced every month on subsidy. These monies will be channeled into other projects and sectors of the economy that will increase the country's GDP and global economic rating.
Where is that from?
As a way of cushioning the impact of fuel subsidy removal, Nipost has unveiled 100 motorcycles and 10 mail delivery trucks. This is to provide effective and efficient mail delivery at affordable cost to mitigate the challenges associated with logistics. This is part of the federal government's effort to encourage small businesses whose survival depend on transportation of their goods to local and international locations in order to fulfill their value and supply chain and stay connected to their customers.
Have this vehicle on our own, the price will be better than having to pay to people outside, because they will think of how to make their money to make profit from it. 700 naira instead of 1,000. You could see that the effect on the public will not be as much as it will have been.
In fact, Nipost was almost going into an extinction, but the coming of the right man on the right position, Sunday Depoji, has changed the narratives.
The president had, after a meeting with the oil marketers, directed the National Economic Council, led by the Vice President Kashim Shettima, to devise an approach and begin the process of working on interventions to mitigate the impact of subsidy removal on Nigerians. 50 billion naira has been earmarked for the poorest of the poor, where Nigerians will be given 8,000 naira a month for a period of 6 months. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.
The Olugbo of Orile-Igbon, Francis Alao, has asked Nigerians to be patient with President Bola Tinubu's administration. The traditional ruler, who gave the advice while speaking to State House correspondents after a meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa Abuja, said that the government means business and is determined to serve the people to bring the dividends of democracy to them. The traditional ruler, who is also the deputy chairman of the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs, noted that the current condition is the natural pain that precedes the deserved gains for all citizens, adding that he was confident of good times ahead.
Courtesy visit to the president and to wish him well a successful tenure. And also we've been able to discuss some national issues that will bring prosperity to all Nigerians. All I will say is, let all Nigerians be patient with him. And there's no way you have gain without pain. We'll have the immediate pain, but we'll have a long-term gain.
The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute is proposing that the National Youth Service Corps allows the institute to train corps members in the country on agric value addition and post-value harvest management. The executive director of the institute, Professor Lateef Sani, made the proposal at the 9th edition of the capacity building of 50 corps members in Kwara State. Ibrahim Alege has details, and after this report, we'll bring you updates in business and sports. Stay with us.
Nigeria is blessed with fertile arable land suitable for farming. Post-harvest loss is one of the major challenges confronting the nation's agricultural sector. With our new administration on board, expectations are high that the Bola Tinubu government will give adequate attention to agriculture. At this capacity training on agri value addition and post-harvest management, the Nigerian Stored Product Research Institute is asking core members to take advantage of this renewed vigor.
The president alluded to the fact that there is need for us to reduce post-harvest losses. In fact, he stressed the importance of growing the small medium enterprises, most especially providing storage facilities for our smallholder farmers.
After their one-week training, the core members are able to come up with samples of agri-produce they have added value to. Impressed with this, the Institute proposes to train core members across the country.
And we are ever ready to extend this partnership to the national body of NYSC, to be able to train all core members as much as possible for these enterprises. And we are still going to support any one of you that can come out with bankable business proposal that we are going to award 2 million naira.
Other speakers at the event emphasized the need for youths to acquire skills and be employers of labor.
The era of white-collar job should be jettisoned. We should move towards skill-driven society. Some of us are still struggling to build a house because of this regular source of or singular source of income, which is called salary. And salary is what? Slavery. So please don't look at us. Look at the future of this country. And vocational training is the answer.
The training is expected to make the core members to be self-reliant and eventually become employers of labor. Ibrahim Alige, TVC News, Ilorin.
Over the years, Endo village in Nasarawa state is known for peace and friendliness to both strangers and locals. But the peaceful nature of that community is now being threatened, and this is because of a tussle over mining rights between two companies. For their safety, the community wants the Chinese companies to cease operations. Sifon Essien reports.
The youths of Endo village in Nasarawa state have had enough of a tussle between two companies over rights to a mining site. They are out to resist further operations by the companies owned by Chinese nationals until the rift between them is sorted out. But they are outnumbered by the security operatives at the mine. Our camera is not allowed to come closer to the scene. The struggle is one the youths have vowed not to give up on. The agrarian community has lithium in commercial quantity. The soft silvery white alkali metal has several industrial applications. It can be used in the production of lithium batteries.
These are foreigners who come to our land without consent, without a proper license. They are being guided by soldiers, guided by DSS.
The Chinese companies got a lease from the landowners and licenses from the authorities to operate the mine.
Last year, in July, we signed an agreement with one company to allow them to use our land for mining. But another company showed up and made us sign another agreement with them under duress. But we no longer want any of them on our land.
Companies owned by Chinese nationals are extensively involved in mining across Nigeria.
Both Wawan and Gafen, leave it. Leave the two of them leave the site because he's the one caused all this confusion. That's what Baba wants now, and all of us, that's what we want.
On this day, an effort by the community to resolve the issue fails. Now, there are concerns things could get even worse.
You don't have legal license, you don't have legal consent. Even if you purported to have a consent, that consent was defective. The rules for getting any consent, any license, you must have the consent of the community.
Although the youths have resolved to get the companies to resolve their differences or stop mining operations, there are fears there could be a breakdown of law and order. Sifon Asien, TVC News, Nasarawa.